Hey everyone, let's take a look at the Haunted Mansion by Lego Disney. This is set number 40521, and that's about it. I don't know the piece count, I don't know what it retails for. And, well, I don't know if this is supposed to be for Halloween or an April Fool's joke, but here we have ourselves a minifigure and what appears to be a micro-scaled build of the Haunted Mansion. And there's the back. Is this an April Fool's or what? I mean, I've heard about this. I thought, yes, something very complicated with lots of detail. Well, I can't judge the box by its cover. Let's head over to the Lego table and see how big this really is. The box was telling the truth on this one. This is truly a small micro build. Here we have our minifigure off to the left. I'm not sure who he is. He might be the caretaker, and you can tell by his facial expression how depressed he looks. Well, that's how I look right now with looking at this. We'll save that for the latter part of the review. Let's take ourselves a 3D tour. I got the front of the Haunted Mansion, if I'm using that term very loosely. And it does have detail, just for it being a micro build. And this is the only interior access we have, and my apologies for the light, but I don't have a light to shine in there. But we got two of these little statue figures and some lights in here, and there's 5 tiles in there. They needed stickers. Stickers were very minimal, but they were hard to put on those small pieces. And that's about it for interior, for the interior tour. So this is a complete nickel tour here. And this is what it is. It's meant to sit on a shelf and just take space, you know. So, yeah. So let's start into the review. Yeah. Where do I begin with this one here, guys and gals? Okay, let's start with the city drop value. Could you drop this in a Lego city? If you have like a little mini golf course, or you are actually trying to replicate Disneyland, you can probably drop this in as a little micro build for your city. Other than that, though, obviously it's going to look a little bit out of place. So you can actually take this off the base, or you can kind of feather the terrain in around it. But you think with the minifigure we get a full-size build, and that's what I was hoping this was going to be, as a full-size build, but sadly it's not. Play value. What play value? There's except for this. Other than that, though, there's no play value in this. It's a shelf hog. There's little to no play value in this. Now, did it keep my interest? Bag 1 was not too bad when I was building it. So the first quarter of the build, it was like, oh, this is not too bad. This is going to be a very pleasant build. Bags 2 through 4, it got repetitious. It got boring. So the build, the retention for this, for me personally, was just boring. The build got boring quick. You had to build several of these little windows, and it wasn't like you built 20 of them at one shot. No, you actually had to build these each level, and it's almost like a carbon copy of each bag. So bags 1, 2, and 3 were pretty much bags 1. Actually, bag 1 was not too bad, but 2, 3, and 4, I don't even remember, because I just want to forget this set, to be honest. It was very repetitious. It was not something I wanted to put together. You know, I was expecting something more with minifig scale with heavy interior detail. Now, if you are not a fan of small pieces, just like I am, this is a set I would highly stay away from. All right, for me personally, lots of little pieces. You do get some big plates. If you're a fan of micro builds, this will work for a micro scaled city. Okay, don't get me wrong, it will work for that. But if you're not a fan of micro builds, you're not a fan of little 1x1 plates, this is something that will wear your hands out quick. Like, my hands are still kind of raw from putting all the little pieces, especially these little clips on the top. My goodness, those were digging right into my fingertips. Maybe I'll have to start wearing some work gloves putting this together. But all in all, though, first thing is, yes, it is a nice micro build, but for me personally, it was just boring to put together.